Welcome back, you beauties. Yes, the energy might give it away. We're having a lot of fun today. We've been inspired by the Olympics to get up and move ourselves.
Yep.
Well done.
Thank you.
On our first challenge.
Thank you.
But of course, we
great.
want to inspire you to get out there and move your body in the World Series of Fitness Racing. Yes, fitness racing. It is coming together, and it is coming to Africa for the first time.
You know that Hyrox is here, and it is an adrenaline-fueled event that combines functional fitness and endurance in one of the world's iconic cities, Cape Town, September 21st. Don't miss it. It's a fitness competition that combines a lot of running and a lot of functions. Like there's 8 movements. There's running between each of these workout stations as well. If you see on your screen at the moment, these individuals are going into it, and there are a bunch of different disciplines that are going to challenge. It's going to challenge your body in different ways. That's a ski erg over there. That thing it's a different. I tried it recently, and I'm not sure if I'm going back, but I kind of have to because I did sign up for this. So it's held at the CTICC. It offers a unique stadium-like atmosphere of pure fitness and strength. And when you talk about fitness and strength, we invited the right person to our couch.
Cameron Cleaver is here, and he is very ably representing. He says he's been sick for about 8 weeks now. So I'm wondering what shape you were in before that journey. So good to have you here on our couch. This feels big. This feels like an opportunity for fitness enthusiasts in the most enthusiastically fit place on the planet. So for the uninitiated, Hyrox seems quite dynamic, but at its heart, it's a simple principle. What is that? Take us into this world.
I think the nice thing is it's very basic movements, very low barriers to entry, very easily accessible as opposed to certain other fitness sports. So breaking it down, it's a 1 kilometer run 8 times. In between each of those is a functional workout station. So you start with the ski erg, then you go into sled push, onto sled pull, then you go into burpee broad jumps.
Oh, come on.
Then onto the rower, sandbag lunges,
Farmer's carry.
Farmer's carry, there we go, Carl. And then wall balls to finish. So roughly, most of the race is about an hour and a half, but you've got a 98% completion time.
That one.
Yeah, so anyone can do it. There's different categories for it. There's open division, there's pro division where the weight's a little bit heavier. Yeah. And then there's individual, there's doubles, and there's relays.
Yeah, and a lot of sweat and tears. And do you know how my body is aching just watching that? Is this the most intense form of fitness out there? Because it kind of feels like, okay, how can we make this the most challenging thing possible? And it's still accessible. How do you get that balance right?
I think what they did, they went back to the basics. It started in 2017 in Germany, and it's basic human movements, really. They've just added some weights to it, so there's nothing technical. So anyone can start now. Carl's recently started doing it, but you have been getting fit. And yeah, it's just fantastic. I mean, some of the ladies in our gym are in their late 60s, and they're absolutely killing it. So everyone's just progressing all the time. So the big thing with it's great community, and it's you versus you.
Community, I love that. And having the addition of the weights, absolutely so good, especially as you progress into my age group.
So for anybody in terms of fitness disciplines, there's a variety of them all out there, and to kind of transfer over to Hyrox if they want to sign up, because the event is actually quite a big draw as well. Yeah. It's not just the 21st September, come through and do it and then, sweat yourself to death and then go lay at home. It's not like that. There's actually an atmosphere. It's a community getting together. There's people from different, gyms from across the Western Cape and beyond coming to Hyrox, South Africa. So for someone that's just taking a run in the promenade in Sea Point, or doing a little bit of work, how much is it going to take for them to open up a little Hyrox course for themselves to kind of jump into the sport and actually participate as well?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot of information out there. I've recently written some articles for runners magazines where we're trying to get the runners to come across. I do believe the biggest crossovers could be runners wanting to try Hyrox and add some functional fitness to it, which will aid their running anyway. Yeah. And then second to that, I think there's a lot of CrossFitters coming across. So kind of where I sit from a functional background, we're probably the minority. But coming to the Cape Town event, I think it's about 50% internationals at the moment. And they announced yesterday it's 90% sold out for phase 1 ticket sales. So for me personally, I'd love to see the event move from a 1-day to a 2-day event. It's 2 to 3 days internationally. I mean, the London event, there's 14,000 athletes at one event.
How do we train for this? What makes you good at this event? You want to open up now the invitation. I want to see some super athletes come and play this game. Who do you think is going to get found out in the space? Because I think a lot of guys will come into this thinking, oh, it's just gym and a bit of running, I'll smash this. And who would be really good? How do you kind of apply your focus?
Well, I think everyone's got their favorites. I mean, I'm very comfortable in the gym, but fear the running a little bit, whereas the runners are going to fear the functional side. I think where people are going to get found out, it's a fast race. So think of a half marathon, it's quick, it's not a slow race. But also you're running on compromised legs. I mean, imagine pushing a 202 kilo sled.
Yeah, oh no, the show's made us do crazy stuff like that all the time.
Well, you can help me out just now.
Failure.
But yeah, the nice thing, it is accessible. You go at your pace. I think pacing yourself is incredibly important in the race. If you look at the split times, the difference between the elite athletes and the rest of the athletes is purely the split times on the 1 kilometer runs.
Yes.
Just get slower and slower as the elite athletes are pretty consistent throughout.
Ooh, I love it. You've given us focus areas already, but congratulations clearly on the success of what sounds like the most awesome, partly functional, partly just crazy kind of competitive space. I love it.
It's a lot of fun.
It looks like it. No, it looks terrible.
It is a lot of fun.
Looks exhausting and hectic, but I love it.
I think what the great thing is that you said community, you said that it's a big jewel as well, but I think testing yourself on this level where you have so much function and cardio, I think that's where you get the best of yourself. So that's why I'm excited for 21 September. I think it's going to be an incredible event. I think it's going to grow. And it's going to, I feel like the marathon format, as we see the London Marathon and Boston, etc., I think Hyrox is going to become like that. It's
part of
growing.
that ecosystem, yeah.
So this is going to be cool. But all the best to your training. I know that you've been sick recently, but you don't look it. And we're looking forward to our session with Carissa later. It's going to be great.
Amazing.
Love it.
I'm going to cheer so loudly.
Oh, you better.